How Mitakuyepi. Hello, everyone. We are going to continue our dialogue of the two people getting to know each other, asking each other questions. And let's take a look at what they're going to be talking about in this video. If you look at the screen now, very simple question and answer. What is the temperature? And the temperature is 91 degrees. So this is what they'll be saying. And before we really get into it, I want to remind you that we are speaking in the Tioshpae way. And what this means is that men, when they're asking questions, will use he at the end of their questions. Normally, men will say huo, but that's in situations where it's formal or they're talking to somebody and they're not too sure about them, or the situation is serious, then they will say huo. But in all other situations are usually among family and friends, or as I said, they're informal situations. So in that case, men will say he when they ask their questions. So this means they're not speaking like women, okay? So please remember that. There are people out there that say men must always say ho, and that's false. That's very dogmatic thinking. That kind of thinking was influenced by the church when they first came on the reservation and the priests were learning our language to turn us into Catholics and Christians. But this course is based on the Lakota perspective, and the Lakota perspective is not dogmatic. There's always exceptions to the rule in the Lakota perspective. So again, this channel is like a tioshpae. We are among friends. So men will be saying he in the questions. Okay? And the other thing is that when you hear me say a word or a sentence, and then I say, please repeat after me, try to do it and say it the same way that I do, because I'm teaching you the music of the language as well. Okay? So those are 2 points to really remember here. All right, so let's go through the words of the person one, the first sentence or question. Kal iuthapi. This is what's used for temperature. Repeat after me, please. Kal iuthapi. Very good. The next word, ki, means the. Repeat after me, please. Ki. Very good. Next word, donakcha. This means how many or how much. Repeat after me, please. Donakcha. Good. And lastly, the question mark word. Repeat after me, please. He. Good. Okay. Second sentence. The first 2 words we've already had, so we'll jump over them. And the remaining words are actually a number. We have Wikjemina, which means 10. Then we have Napjunka, which means 9. When you have 2 numbers side by side, that means they are like multiplying with each other. So it's like saying 10 times 9. So Wikjemina, Napjunka, that's said together. This is 90. 10 times 9. So repeat after me, please. Wikjemina, Napjunka. Very good. And the next 2 words kind of go together. So we will say them like it's one word. Okay? Sam ake. You could say this is like plus. Okay? It's kind of like that. Okay? So repeat after me, please. Sam ake. Very good. And the last word, wanji. This means one of something. Repeat after me, please. Wanji. Very good. Concerning numbers, if you want to use a different number and you don't know how to make that number, well, I highly advise that you watch my video about numbers in Lakota language. And I will put a link to that in the first comment to this video. Again, I highly recommend that you watch that so you know how to make the numbers from 1 to 100 and a little above. Okay? All right, so now let's go through each sentence. And starting with that first one, person one. Repeat after me, please. Khal iyut khapi ki tonak jahe. Good. And the next one. Repeat after me, please. Khal iyut khapi ki wikjemana napjunka sam ake wanji. Very good. So now let's dialogue with this. I will be person one, and you will be person two. Khal iyut khapi ki tonak jahe. Very good. And now let's switch to parts. So now you ask me the question now. Khal iyut khapi ki wikjemana napjunka sam ake wanji. All right, very good. So we're talking to each other, asking what's the temperature. Okay, but I want you to look at that person too. Well, the thing is, see, in our ancestral time, there was no thermometers. So we didn't say this question. But since it's the modern time, we can go ahead and learn this. The number, Wikjemina Napjunka Sama Kenwaji, and that's like a sentence itself. In the past, I have not heard people talk like this, growing up. Instead of saying Wikjemna Napjunka Sama Kenwaji, they're going to just say 91. This is not from our culture. So, for example, they would just say, Khal iyut khapiki 91 degrees. That's how they would say it. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Yeah? This channel is coming from the Lakota perspective. So in the Lakota perspective, you would say, Khal iyut khapiki 91 degrees. I invite you to come visit my website at wolakota7.com. You can see the address on the screen, and here you can learn about the books that I've written and also some of the services that I offer. For example, spiritual consultation and Lakota language lessons. And you can see the books that I wrote, and one of them, called Kea and Matho Stonehearts, I wrote with my wife. And if you would like to order these books or order any of my services, you can see all the information on the screen. And for more questions, please write to me at the email address that you see at the bottom right of the screen. I'd like to thank you all for watching my Lakota Language YouTube channel. And I hope you're getting information that can help you in learning the language. And the best way to learn Lakota language is to also learn the culture of the language, because a lot of the language rules are based on cultural and spiritual concepts. And if you don't know, I do have another YouTube channel that is based more on the Lakota spirituality and Lakota culture. And I'm going to put a link to that channel in the video description. So if you don't know about my other channel on Lakota spirituality, I invite you to come visit and check out the information that I have there. I got a lot of videos and also some songs, traditional songs and contemporary songs. Yeah, so I invite you to visit my other channel. Everything is a circle. There is no end. So that's why we say until next time, which in Lakota is Doksha-ake. And with that, I will catch you in the next video.